Your Excellency, this particular theme, conference is being convened under the theme towards an African Charter on Family, Values and Sovereignty. We have had previous conferences here. The very first one, the theme was protecting the African and family values. And Your Excellency, you can see that we have steadily moved through these themes and concretized our 3 years of examining the emerging challenges on the African continent. At the Entebbe Declaration, where we held the first meeting, Your Excellency and dear delegates, we vowed to, amongst others, protect our African sovereignty and African values. It's important for African nations to focus on self-determination and the ability to control our own affairs, free from external influences. Your Excellency, it is time for us as African legislators, who are representatives of the people, and all the other leaders, to actually lead our own paths towards development, prosperity in the economic and political spheres in Africa. The African Charter, Your Excellency, on Human and People's Rights remains our reference document. The African Charter on People's and Human Rights was developed to promote the human rights regime, which is specific to the African context. And this was actually endorsed by the heads of state in June 1981. And one of the core objectives of that charter was to eradicate all forms of colonization from Africa, to coordinate and intensify cooperation and efforts to achieve a better life for the people of Africa, and promote international cooperation having due regard to the Charter of the UN and Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Your Excellency, it's at the backdrop of this that we as African legislators are moving into having an African Charter to promote our family, values, and sovereignty. You will note, Your Excellency, that as African leaders, the African leaders have not wholly implemented what was agreed on by the African heads of state in 1981. We have, over time, depended on foreign support to fund key sectors like health, education, agriculture, and infrastructure. And we all know, Your Excellency, that he who feeds you can actually control your future. So the African Charter, Your Excellency, is being developed with a focus on food sovereignty, health sovereignty, education sovereignty, as well as promoting the family and African values. At the end of this conference, Your Excellency, we hope to derive a zero draft of the African Charter for family, sovereignty, and values. We already have a working document, and we hope that these 3 days will help us enrich the draft that has already been developed by our own experts following the last 2 conferences that we held in this country. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, once again for the support that you have rendered to us, always sparing time. And we had hoped that at the end of this conference, we would actually hand over a final draft to you, Your Excellency. I want to thank in a special way the Right Honorable Speaker, Anita Mong, for her support to this conference and her leadership, rallying all the African speakers and members of parliament to actually discuss this charter within their parliaments.